up and my hair. As you could see, my extensions are nice and fresh and washed. So today we're just gonna go ahead and do a full beat. I'm gonna do an everyday look, something simple, and then from there we're gonna go ahead and style my hair extensions. So that's honestly gonna be the most exciting part, is just getting this hair to look from this to like something that's actually styled and ready to go. So for now, I'm just going to go ahead and pin my hair back because I don't want it coming forward. So just grabbed my clip and I just pin my hair back, and then we're gonna get started. Let me get my mirror. I'm not gonna be playing music today. I've noticed YouTube's been and by all means, obviously, my videos have been getting copyrighted. So I just want to make sure I like stay on YouTube's good side, and I don't want to be playing music in the background when I'm doing my lives and having it like prevent it from showing. Because last time my video was muted, and I'm thinking that it's because of the music. So I'm just gonna not mess with that today, and then we're just gonna be here in silence. I'm just kidding, but yes and no. So I'm hoping to kind of make it a little interesting, make it a little fun, just walk with you what I'm doing and just get ready here with you. So first I'm gonna go in with the brow pomade. This is the Milani Stay Put pomade in the color medium brown. And I'm sorry guys, for my voice, it is a little raspy. Just have freaking allergies. It's been so windy. I think today's like a little bit more calmer, but just the air has been, there's been so much wind and dust, and that really messes with my sinuses and my throat. So it's a little rough, but we're getting through it. So I'm just gonna go ahead and outline my brow, just giving it some shape, and then right now I'll clean it up. So even if I mess up a little bit, it's all good, because I'm going to go ahead and go back in and clean up the brow. How are you guys doing? It is a Thursday. Thursday. Hold on, I didn't pin it right. Thursday. Just kidding. All right, there we go. It was like my clip was too low. All right. So let's go back in. And just outlining the brow. I already put some moisturizer on my face before going live. I use the Pond's. This is what I use. And I just kind of put it on my face. And I know my eyebrows look crazy right now, but we're going to clean them up. I just want to fill in the back part of my brow. And then I just go in with a little wipey, and then we're going to clean it up with some concealer. Just like that. And then I don't put anything in the front because I'm going to go in with a little marker. But first I'm going to conceal the brows. Let me grab my brow brush. And it's a brush like this, super small. And then what I do, I really don't pick up a lot. Well, this one doesn't have a lot around it. Usually if the concealer has some around, which this one has a little bit, I'll just kind of go like this, just to pick up all that extra stuff on the sides. Yeah, it has a little bit. And then cleaning it up. Thank you for the like. And then I'm just gonna clean up the brow. This is just gonna give it its shape, make it look a lot cleaner. Just like that. And then right now I'll fill it in the front. So just kind of outlining it, and then I'll just kind of fill in the middle. Just like that. And then I'm going to go ahead and clean it up with a brush, just like this. Just going to go ahead and blend that out. Then right now I'll add the little hair strokes in the front. All right, and then we'll add the little baby hair strokes. So I'm gonna grab this pen. It's a freckle pen, and it has like this. So I just add little strokes in the front. And for this part, I try not to press down so hard. I just want to create those little baby like hair strokes. And if you want to still thicken up the brows, you could always add more to the full brow. So just going in to the full brow. Just like that, adding the little strokes. Just like that. So they look a little bit thicker than when I started. And then once I'm done, I just wipe away like the pomade and the concealer. Because if not, girl, I'll get it on my clothes. We don't want that. So then next, I'm going to set the base for my eyes. Before I add any eyeshadow, I'm going to just use this one, the Infallible. Or you know what? Let me use the one I was already using. The Camel. Because usually the Infallible I will use under my eyes. And this is just like, so like it creates that base for my full lid. And it also helps like my eye like kind of get like one shade to work with. Like that. And then I'm just going to blend it out. I'm just using a brush like this. Just blending out that concealer. And I'm just basically just patting it in, spreading it out. And this is what I would normally do as the base for my eyeshadow. But if you have like an eyeshadow, what is it called? Like an eyeshadow, I lost the word. Primer, then you could use that. But since I don't, I'm just gonna use concealer. So next I'm just gonna go in with some powder. So just something like this. I'm picking it up with a brush, tapping away, and just setting the concealer in place. All right, just like that. And I'm just gonna do a basic look today. So picking up like a fluffy brush like this. I need to get new brushes, by the way. I'm gonna go into like these browns right here. And that's gonna go like a little bit above the crease, within the crease. So I'm gonna start on the outside and then kind of go back and forth into the crease and a little bit above the crease. Since that is the lighter color, just like that. Do the same thing to the other eye. Start on the outer and back and forth. And then just blend it up. So as you can see, it goes a little bit above the crease. Back and forth. Back and forth. So I'm not adding any new product. I'm just basically blending out what I have. Back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And I'm just going to use this like Anastasia brush. And then I'm going to grab a deeper color. So I'm just going to go into like the darker browns. Same thing, pat. And that one is going to go like on the outer and on the crease. And on the crease. Same thing with this side. And then see how it got a little bit darker? So outer and crease. And then right now I'll blend those two so it doesn't look, so this brown does not look just so harsh like that. Honestly, that's where the magic is, in the blending. I'm just gonna go back and forth. It's just like that. And then we're gonna go back to that fluffy brush, and you don't have to add anything, but just blend it up. And it kind of like blends into that other one. And right now we'll be cleaning it up, so don't worry about this part because I'm gonna go ahead and clean it up. And you could always add more. Really quick. I do want to clean it. Hold on. I do want to clean the front part of my eye. So I am going to go in with a little bit of concealer. Just like a little dot. And then I'm just going to add some shimmer to it. And I'm using that same concealer, the e.l.f. So just kind of cutting the crease. I'm still going to leave some space over here just because I am going to go in with that darker shade again. And then here, I'm trying to debate what color. I do like this one. I'm going to go in with this one. It's like a copper color. I'm just picking it up with my hand. Since I am doing like an everyday look, this one's actually one of my like everyday shadow looks. It's this little copper brown look. And just with my finger, I'm just putting in that like little copper color. Then I'm going to go back in with a darker, like the deeper brown. And just kind of blend that outer corner and crease again. And then with the bigger brush, just blend that out. And then, just so you could see, I'm going to clean it up. I just kind of drag it up. Like towards the brow. Just clean it up. Just like that. And then I'm going to do the same thing to the right eye. Just like this. And then same concept, just cleaning up the lid. I'm cleaning my little, making sure it's nice and flat. Add a little bit of concealer. And just cleaning that up. All right, so now that I have that set, I'm gonna go back in with that copper color, just picking it up with my finger and placing that on the lid. You don't need to do the concealer part, it's just like my extra step. You could just add it to your lid, and you don't have to use your finger. If you like, you could always use like a flat brush like this. But personally, I would recommend you like wet it with the setting spray, making sure that brush is nice and wet so it could pick up that pigment, and then applying it to the lid. All right, so once I have that, I'm gonna go back in again with that brown shade in the outer corner and in the crease. Outer corner and crease. And honestly, this is just my everyday quick, I'm getting ready makeup look. And then I didn't pick up anything on the big fluffy brush. I'm just blending it out. And then I'm going to clean it. Grab my wipey and clean. I just kind of drag it up towards the brow. Just like that. All right. And then just gonna go in with the big fluffy brush, brushing it back and forth. And then next, I'm going to go ahead and grab a primer. It says the Hydro Plus. It's a moisturizer and primer duo. I should have done this from the beginning, but I forgot. Although I did set my face with the other primer, I do like adding this one just for extra moisture, because my skin does tend to get a little bit drier, especially during like dry and cold season. And since it's been very dry here where I'm at, I like to make sure like my face stays nice and hydrated. And this also acts as a grip to that like foundation and all that stuff that you put on your face. So it's like grippy. And I'm still going to go in with one more that I like to use, but I'm gonna let that settle in. Meanwhile, I'll do my eyes, my mascara. Make sure I blend it that good. All right, so while that settles in, I'm going to do my mascara. First, I'm gonna grab an eyelash curler, get my lashes in through there, and once they're in, I'm gonna press down and then kind of like pulse it. Just a little bit. Get them a nice natural curl, and then put them in and pulse it. And then I'm gonna go in with my Colossal Bubble Maybelline mascara. And I'm just adding some mascara to my natural lashes because I'm going to go in with the false lash. But I like to make sure that my lash and the false lash blend together. So just like that. And then next I'm gonna grab my jelly primer. This is also Maybelline. A lot of this stuff is drugstore. Just giving it like a little pump like this. It's like a little jelly. And then I'm gonna work that into the cheeks. That's where I usually have my largest pores, and in my nose. And I just kind of pat that in. And I'm gonna do the same thing to this side. And this helps give me more like of the flawless finish because it works its way into my pores. All right, so let me close it up. Make sure we got that. Just working that in. If you have a little fan, this would be perfect timing to use it just to make sure it like dries up, gets worked in to those pores. So next, I'm gonna go in with some foundation. And I'm gonna be using this one, the Maybelline Fit Me. And it's in the color 128, the warm nude. A lot of Maybelline, L'Oreal, NYX, e.l.f. A lot of those drugstore products are great because they are affordable and they are really good quality. And I've actually used like higher end makeup and I just go back to the regular drugstore ones because they're just as good, honestly. In my opinion, if not sometimes even better. So, but it just depends. Like if you are wanting to, like you have a little extra and you want to splurge, then definitely go with that like higher end stuff, which I have before. I bought like foundations, I bought in eyeliners, I bought in mascaras, lip glosses, like powders from higher end brands. But my the worst thing sometimes is like once it finishes and I'm like, dang it, like I gotta go buy like another $50 foundation. So I'm like, I'll just splurge on myself and get like a 10 or less foundation that works just as good. And there's been honestly some high-end foundations that people swore up and down by. And again, everybody's skin is different. Ooh, everybody's application is different. So some makeups are gonna work on some skins and some are not gonna work on other skins. And I've realized that like when I would take people's recommendations and I would buy like a more higher end foundation and then I would try it and I'm like, oh, this is just not working for me. All right, so I put a little bit on my damp sponge. I'm just gonna like dab it. So I usually do cheeks, nose, forehead, and chin, and then I start blending it out. So then I would try them out and I'm like, why are they saying such good stuff about it? And like it's not working for me. But I come to realize that some stuff is gonna work for some people and some stuff is not. And it's okay, like find what works for you. Like take the recommendations, try them out, but if you're not happy with it, try something else until you find one that works for you. And a lot of the Maybelline ones and the L'Oreal ones as well have been amazing. Like one that people rave about, and maybe I don't know, I've used it years ago, so I don't know if it's gotten better, or maybe it's just one that was not for me. Was the, what is it called, Estee Lauder Double Wear. I tried it and I wanted to love it so bad and just didn't work for me. Like I just didn't like the way that it was. I've used the Tarte Amazonian. That one was nice too, but I felt like it was a little thick. One of my favorites before, but that one was a little like pricier, was the Urban Decay. The Urban Decay one, I think it was the Urban Decay. Oh, I forgot what it was called. It's not Super Stay. But it was kind of like, oh, I think it was like Urban Decay All Nighter. It was kind of like the setting spray. The setting spray is also good too. There's a lot of good setting sprays. And not that they were not good. Like, even those foundations were good. But I'm just like, I could get something just as good for, I don't know, probably not even a quarter of the price. Probably less than that. So, but that's just my opinion. Again, if you have the money to splurge on it, girl, you do you, boo-boo. Like, I'm here for it. I tried eyeliners. I'm going to just go down here. Which ones did I try? I tried the Stila. I tried the Kat Von D one. What was that one? I really liked it. I think it might have been Benefit. And all of these I've liked is just, oh man, I forgot to do it underneath my eyes. All right, I'm gonna take away some of the concealer because I don't want to go in with that much. I think the Stila eyeliner, I liked it, but it didn't last me long. And that's another thing. For the most part, I do my makeup every day. So I don't know, I was like not wanting to buy it as frequently. Or if I was, I didn't want to break my bank rebuying all the makeup. So again, just my opinion. The Tarte Shape Tape is so good. Such a great concealer. But again, once it finished, I'm like, no. So then I get like something like L'Oreal and it's just as good in my opinion. And if that one ends, I'm like, okay, I could go buy like another concealer and not break the bank. Same thing with the e.l.f. eyeliner. I really like that one. Primers, I tried the Professionals, the Benefit one. Great. Back in the day, that was a good, really good one. But once it ended, I didn't have it anymore. So I had to go buy it again. So that's what I'm saying. Like, I've tried both higher end and drugstore. And now I'm just coming back to drugstore just because more bang for my buck. But because it's less expensive and good quality. But don't get me wrong. If I have the money and I see it and I want it, I'll buy it. So I'm not discouraging you from going to go buy, because that's what we do. I honestly haven't kept up with any newer makeup products. Like, one that I've been wanting to try that I've seen often is the Glam little blushes. They look really pretty. But I honestly haven't got any, because I honestly just have one blush, one liquid blush. And I like it. So I'm like, yeah, well, once that one ends, I'll get a new one. But those Glam ones do look really pretty. All right, so I'm just kind of blending under the eye. I like to look up just to make sure and work that concealer in. So once that settles, I'm going to go in with the L'Oreal. And this is the Infallible, the Cocoa 420 number. And I just put a little bit on my hand. Then I pick it up with the brush. Just a flat brush like this. Pick some of that up. And then just kind of contour the face. Now I add this and then I'm going to blend it out. So I just kind of add it to the cheeks. I add it to the forehead. I remember a long time ago when the Kat Von D contour like kit came out, it had it do also go down the jawline. It had like the bronzers, like the contour, and then it also had like some highlight, but it was like it was like cream, and I didn't know how to use it. Like, like, because I would put it on and it looked like this, and I'm like, what the heck? Like, how am I going to use that? So I don't even think I ever use the contour ones. I just use the highlight ones. I'm going to flip this around. Just kind of dab it. I'm just going to tap it in to blend it out. And then right now I'll clean this up right here so it won't look like that. And this just adds some warmth to the face. And it won't look this dramatic because I will add some powder. And then we're gonna do the the liquid blush. And I'll show you the one that I have. And this one, actually the company sent it to me and I've been using it. It is the Skin Forever liquid blush in the color Liquid Honey. But it's a cute pink. And I personally like it. Because it just goes underneath my makeup, so I still put like real blush on top. I sometimes use this one like when I go to the gym just to add a little bit of color to the cheeks so I don't look so like just woke up. Like so plain, add some color. I'll add a little bit of this to the cheeks. Just to give the cheeks some color. And then I'm gonna go in with some powder, so don't even worry about if it, because we're gonna go in with some powder ones anyway, but this is just so like it comes up from underneath the skin. I'm gonna go in with the L'Oreal Infallible. I'm wanting to try a different pink powder out. This one's in the color light pink. I think it's by Revolution, Makeup Revolution. I've tried their banana powder before and I liked it, so now I want to try their pink one, see how it does. All right, so before I go in with powder, as you can see, I picked it up. I'm not gonna go in with the full powder. I'm gonna pat away. Before I do that, I do like to work the concealer into, see how it's like already starting to crease. So I like to use my finger and just pat that concealer, look up, pat it into the eyes, so I'm not setting it looking like that. So just look up and then kind of like pat that concealer in to the creases before setting it with the powder. So I kind of work it back into the skin. And then with the powder puff, I'm gonna pat away any extra. And then looking up and just setting the under eye. And the under eye set, and as you can see, this one has like the creases. So I'm gonna do the same thing. Oh no, my powder. It almost fell. Just gotta make sure I get some of that powder out. So same thing, I'm gonna work it. Work that concealer in. Pat, pat. Tap away any excess. Work it underneath the eyeballs. I'm gonna use this one, the Maybelline Fit Me, grabbing it in the powder puff. And just setting under here. You can see it cleaned up the contour right here. And right now I'm gonna go over it with like a big kabuki brush. And I'm using this one, the Fit Me. All right, so once I set like those areas, like the bottom, my forehead, let me do my nose. Then I'll go in with the kabuki brush just to do the rest of the face. Where are you? And this is in the color Classic Ivory. Just pick up a little bit and then just kind of go over the rest of the face. Now, if there's any extra powder or anything, I do just kind of go over with the brush. And wipe that away. And then whatever I did with liquid, I'm gonna go ahead and set with powder. So I'm using the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. This one smells so good. Then we're gonna go add some blush. I have a newer one of this one, but this is the one I'm using. The Let's Do Makeup by Frankie Rose. Just don't know where my newer one is, and this one's already completely demolished. But I do have a new one. Let me clean my lips up. I will be adding some lippy to that right now, but let's first do the under eye. I'm gonna add some eyeshadow to the under eye. Looking for my brush. The same dark brown. And I'm using like a little smudger brush. I'm just adding it underneath the eye. Just adding that underneath the eye, and then I'm picking up that lighter one that I did on the outer and using this other side as the, like, kind of like a smudger. like that, and then adding some mascara to the bottom lashes. Then we'll add some eyeliner, lippy, false lashes, and then we're ready to get started with the hair. So this is, I do like using mascara on my bottom lashes. I just feel that it gives my eye like more of an open effect. But you don't have to if that's not your thing. But I like to use it. Cause I feel like it separates the lashes. It separates them and just like makes them like stand out a little bit more. Like that. And like that. So then let's add some eyeliner. And for eyeliner, I'm using the e.l.f. And I like to make sure I have like a nice, precise like pen. And then I will so basically I create like an outline. And then now I go towards the front. Take off some of that powder. And then I go towards the front and I connect the two. Like the outline and then the front of the eye. I had like a newer one because this one's like running out. Let's see. There we go. Yeah. Then I connect them. So I'm going to do the same thing over here to this eye. I like to make sure the pen is nice and thin when I'm creating the outline. Once I create the outline, I don't mind it having like product on it. But when I'm creating the outline, I want the pen or the tip to be as thin as possible. Since I'm creating like that sharp line with the liner. And then I'm going to connect the front to that outline and then I'll color it in. But I make sure my tip is nice and thin. And the second part's the fun part because you just get to fill in that outline. Just basically being careful you stay in the lines though, or stay within the lines of that outline that you created. Like that. And then we're gonna add some lashes and a lippy. Hold on, let me get a new makeup wipe. And meanwhile, I'm going to go ahead and turn on my curling iron. I'm going to be using the Wavytalk. This is the larger barrel. I like using this one, especially since I have extensions, just because I feel that it's a lot easier to curl. Oh, since I have longer hair. All right, so I'm gonna get a clean makeup wipe because my makeup wipe started like this and now it looks like this. So I'm just going to take off any foundation or powder that might have landed on my lips, which some did, before I put in the lip gloss. All right, so I'm gonna be using one of my favorites. This is the Maybelline Matte Ink, and this is in the color 65 Sedustress. I'm almost running out, but this is a matte lippy. In case you don't like a matte lip, another one that I like from Maybelline, I think it is like their vinyl collection. That one's a little more shiny. It's long lasting, but it's there's like a shine to the end of it. And the thing about the mattes is that you could always add like a shine on top. Just like that. And then one thing that I like to do is, that I've been forgetting to, just going over my beauty marks. It's such a tiny thing that you might not be able to see, but it just makes them pop out a little bit. Just like that. And then, since my curling iron is heating up, let's put some lashes on and then we'll get started with the hair. So let me grab my lashes. All right, got my lashes right here. I've been meaning to order some new ones, so I'm gonna be ordering some. And I usually like to get like some that look like this, like it's just a pack of, I don't know, like 10 to 12 lashes, because I do use them daily, or like when I do my makeup. For the most part, I glam every day, not every other day, but there's some days that I don't. But for the most part, yes. So I like to have like extra lashes, especially when the lashes are already kind of getting a little ugly on me. And you'll know because the lash will, like, once you start removing any old glue, it'll just kind of like fall apart on you. Like these are starting to do now. So I definitely need to order some newer lashes. Like the band will start getting all thin and the lashes just won't look as clean like when you grab them. But like I said, I like getting the ones that have a lot of them just because I use them so consistently, like almost every day. So yeah, like this one, the lash band's already like falling off on me. No. So these might be a no-go. Let's see if I could save them. All right, I might be able to save them. Just one last wear. But yeah, the band is super thin. Oh no. Let's see. No, these might be no-goes. Let me see this one. Oh, these are a little better. Oh shit, oh, that scared me. Yeah, I'm gonna use these instead. Those other ones, all right. Okay, I'm gonna use those instead of these. These already like RIPs. So I'm gonna use those, and then I'm gonna order some new ones, and I'll show you what I ordered. Oops, I forgot my curling iron was on. Hold on real quick. Okay, let me put the lash glue on my lashes, and then I'm gonna clean up my area a little bit with my makeup, and then we'll get started on the hair, because the hair is the fun part. And it's fresh hair. It's since I washed it today. I washed it, I let it air dry, and then there were still some parts that were a little wet, so I just kind of separated my hair and blow dried it in between. Especially like in between the hair. So let me start putting some of that makeup away real quick. Meanwhile, my lashes dry up, and then once that's done, we will head over to the hair part. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. All right, so I'm just gonna, you know what? I'm gonna add a little highlight. I need a new setting spray, y'all. If you've watched my previous lives, I had one. Like, I had a setting spray, but it had glitter on it. And every time I sprayed it, the glitter would go everywhere. And then it got to a point that I don't know if it was like I was not shaking it well enough, or I was like spraying it too close to my face, that it would leave like a bunch of little white specks. So, no bueno. No me gustó. So I went to go return it. But now I forgot, like when I went to go return it, I forgot to get a new one. But I might just stick to like a regular. I've used the Milani one before. That one's really good. Setting spray. What else have I used before? Milani NYX is a good one. What other setting sprays? Or if you guys know of any setting sprays that you would recommend, let me know. Hold on. Oh, let's put some gloss. I'm gonna add some gloss to the lips using the Buxom White Russian Sparkle. This one's so pretty. It's like a lip plumper, but you don't get like the lip plumper, like you get a little like a slight like tingle, but nothing crazy. I've tried the, let me put a little bit of this under my lashes. I've tried the what was it, NYX? I think it was called duck plumping or something. Oh my god, that thing burned. It goes away after a while, but all right, so I'm using the Wet n Wild underneath my eye. It's a Wet n Wild breakup proof waterproof retractable gel eyeliner. And I just add that to the waterline on the top. And one thing I make sure is to cover it up, because I had lost the top for a little bit and I wasn't covering it up, and it was kind of like drying out, and I didn't know, since it was in liquid, I didn't know it would dry out, but it was drying out. All right, so let me grab my lash applicator. It looks like this. As you can see, this one's old and janky, but it still works. I use that to apply my lashes. So I grab the lash from the middle, and then I set it in the middle. I set it in the middle, and then I adjust it. And then I kind of like press my natural lash with the false lash. Like that. And these are like longer dramatic lashes, so if this is not your thing, you could always get some more natural looking lash. This is just like my preference. I like a big long lash. And then one thing that I recommend is just clean your applicator, because you don't want any old glue on it when you're putting the other one, because then it'll get stuck and you're trying to pull your lash away and your has a little pelito. Oh, there. Your lash is gonna start coming with it. So I set it in the middle and then I adjust it. Set it in the middle, adjust it, and then press my lash with the false lash. This is why I use the applicator, because I'm able to move the lash around to wherever I want it. I'm gonna add a little bit of glue on the corner here. Let me see this one. No, I'm just gonna add the black one. That one's dry now. All right, so I'm just gonna add like a tiny little speck. On the corner there, and then glue the lash down. So it's kind of like sticking up there, and since it's black, it just blends in with the liner. All right, so let me take off this thing and show you guys my extensions. Nice, fresh, clean set of extensions. All right, I'm gonna move that over. Let's make a line down the middle. As you can see, we got my real hair right here, the extension on the bottom. Oh, hold on. With the newer makeup wipe that I did get, I like to clean up the edges, just because sometimes the powders and stuff will get on there, especially if you have darker hair. It's more noticeable, and you could see the powder. So I don't want that, because you could see like white or gray or powdery. No bueno. All right, so I'm gonna get a little brush like this. I'm just gonna create the center, like my part. That was a horrible part there. Hold on. The freak. All right, I'm just trying to create that straight line. Okay, that's better. All right, and then I'm gonna separate my hair into sections as I am curling it. So I'm gonna start from the back, work my way towards the front. I am careful when I brush them to just brush like the bottoms. Make sure I untangle that first, and then brush the tops. Especially since the extensions are taped in to the top part of the hair. You just want to be careful when you're brushing through, especially when your hair starts growing out, that the bristles of the brush don't get stuck or pull on that extension. All right, so I'm just gonna like get myself adjust it here. And then I'm going to separate my hair, starting from the back. And then whatever I'm not working with, I'm just going to go ahead and pin out of the way. Like this. I'm just making sure that I have a good spot to work with on the back. And I'm gonna pin these out. All right, so they are pinned out of the way, and we're gonna start working from the back to the front. Taking a sip of my Form energy drink, Silver Lightning. So good. All right. So I'm gonna separate half into two sections. I start from the top, and then I start twirling. But as I'm twirling, I'm kind of opening up that barrel because I don't want to pull on the extension. And I'm basically curling my hair and the extension together. I like to brush it through. And then curl it. So the curling iron basically grabs my natural hair first and then the extension. And then release, just like that. Look at the difference. Curled, extension, and you could see my hair coming through right here. So this is my hair, and then this is the extension. And I split it down the middle, same concept. And I like to curl away from my face. I know you really can't see it, but as I'm twirling the curling iron, I'm opening it up. Because again, I don't want to pull on my hair. Or the extension, nonetheless. So I curl and I'm opening as I am twirling. Opening up that barrel slowly. You don't want to open it all the way because then your extension's going to fall out or your hair's going to fall out of it. But like slightly opening it just to give you that little gap to like help you twirl your hair around it. And then after that, release. I kind of like slowly opening and closing the clamp as I'm releasing, but just like that. Super simple. You could add hairspray. I personally don't because I run my fingers through my hair. And the curls, I like a looser curl, so even if they go flat just a little bit, for me it's okay. But if you want like a really tight curl and you want the curls to last you all day, then you could always go in with some hairspray. It's fine. The great thing about these hair extensions is that they are human hair, so you're able to style them, wash them, dye them, cut them. Now, so far I'm going burly on my, when did I apply them? I installed them, I believe it was Friday. So tomorrow will be a week with my extensions. But so far they've worked well. They don't seem to be falling off or anything like that. Styling is simple. Once I style them, they kind of like get their shine, their shape back. But just like my natural hair, like if I don't do anything to my hair, it just looks frizzy, and kind of like dull, like nothing really going on. So that's how I would explain these extensions, honestly, to look like when I don't really do anything to them. I go to the gym every day, so I usually wear a hat. I've used dry shampoo because I'm not washing them every day. If not, 1 to 2 days of non-washing them. And then when I wash them, I'm very careful to like try to get the shampoo like on my hair and maybe in between, but not as I'm just very, very careful when I am shampooing my hair. And then conditioner, I'm not using any conditioner at the moment. I usually use conditioner on my natural hair. And I don't use it all over my head. I just use it on like the ends. Which I guess technically you can use with these. But I haven't. Because I feel that if I do use conditioner, I might like loosen up the glue. So I haven't really messed with it. But I just brush through them. I'm just very careful, especially with brushing them. At night, I will pick my hair up in like a high bun. But I'm careful when I'm picking up my hair, making sure the extensions are like, because it's just a tape, so I make sure like I push them up and tie my hair out in a bun. And again, for the gym, I wear my hair up, so I have it in a hat for the most part. Then if it's a hair wash day, I'll wash it. If it's not, then I'll use dry shampoo. And mostly for my hair, honestly. But as you can see, they're styling just as fine as I would style my normal hair. Just twirling them. And then I hold it for a little bit, not too long, and then I release. But when I release, I make sure that I'm like pressing, like opening and closing the barrel like this. Then I'm gonna brush it through and twirl. And again, when I'm twirling them, I'm not really pulling on them. I'm opening the barrel slightly because you don't want to open the barrel too much. Again, your hair will fall out of it. But if it does happen, like if your hair falls out, just pick it back up and start over. But look at how easy they are to curl. Nothing, like it's basically like nothing out of the ordinary. You just now have longer hair to curl or more of it. But as far as the process, this is the exact same way that I would curl my hair normally. Starting from the back, sectioning it off, splitting it down the middle. But it's not taking me any more or any less time than I would to curl my natural hair. And I always try to make sure to separate the extension from the hair that's already curled. Oops. And then as far as how much hair I'm grabbing, about an inch of hair. The trickier part honestly would be like in the back, since you can't really see it. The back of your hair. But like I mentioned, this is normally how I would curl my hair anyways, like starting from the back to the front, so it's kind of the same. Just like that. And then release. And I like using this one because it is a larger barrel. So I feel like it's easier with longer hair. You could use the smaller one. I mean, I just think personally it would take a little longer. to curl with the smaller one. I like the larger barrel because it grabs like more hair. And personally, I like a bigger curl. Once I'm done, I'm not going to leave the curls like this. I do like to run my fingers through my hair and loosen up the curl. So you can see the curls are like really tight curls. This one right here, I know is my hair because it's a little shorter. Stephanie Bianchi. Oh, thank you. You're so sweet. Thank you, thank you. Just twirling and release. All right, so let's go to the other side now. So we haven't curled, so I do like to separate the curled hair from the non-curled hair. And like I mentioned, this is probably like the harder, trickier part. But if you're not like me, like I'm recording, and if you have two mirrors, you could always use another mirror to help you find the hair that's not curled and curled. And again, as I'm twirling, I'm just opening up that barrel. And release. I'm gonna grab this part right here because this one's still not curled, and I could tell because of the way the hair looks. Release. See, when you open the barrel too much, your hair will just fall out, so just pick it up and twirl. But that was my natural hair, so it's not as long as the extensions. All right, so now we're heading towards the front of the hair, and we're almost done. I just gotta be careful when I'm splitting the front of my hair, because this is where I have some of the extensions, and I'll show you. I have that one right there. So just when I'm splitting, I just want to make sure like I'm not yanking it, but this is one of them right here. But I'm gonna start with this and then slowly work my way up. So I'm just gonna clip this out of the way. Then we're gonna brush it through. This right here is my hair. I did leave some space between the extension and my hair, just in case I pick it up. I don't want it to be like the extension right at the edge of my, like right here, because then you'll be able to see it. So at least this way, if I pick it up, my natural hair will just cover that extension. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? All right. So let's keep going. Again, just keeping in mind that those extensions are there. All right. And again, I'm still doing the same thing that I did with the back part of my hair, opening the barrel a little bit, just so I'm not yanking on that hair. This is a part of this side. Grab it. And you could kind of see the extension right there. I dropped my brush. All right. Sorry, there's just not much to it, but curling, like the parts that you haven't curled. Like this part right here, I know is my real hair. So this is just kind of what's going to kind of go a little over the extension. All right, let me put down my hair. I'm gonna pin this out of the way. And then once we're done, we could always go back and just curl any of the areas that we didn't finish. I'm just trying to brush this through before we go in to curl it. It's gonna show you, you could kind of see the extension peeking out through there. Should be in my email. Steven, it's over now. Oh, my bad. One of the comments got retracted. I don't know what happened. From Steven or Stephanie, I'm not sure. All right. So that's that. And I'll brush it through right now, run my fingers through my hair. That is one side. Now let's go to the other side. I'm gonna go ahead and split it. Pin away any hair that I'm not using or that I'm not working with, just so it kind of allows me to curl that hair that's not curled, keeps it out of the way. And you could use any clip. I'm just using like a big old just claw clip. And again, this part is just my hair because I left some space before applying the extension. And just again, careful when you're splitting your hair that you don't yank on that extension. And brushing it through before I curl it, then splitting it. And then twirl. Just be careful not to open the clamp so much because then your hair is going to fall out. So just kind of slowly twirling. And then release. And you could see the extension right here. And release. Almost done, almost done. And then splitting. Then we should just have like the top part and any parts that we missed. Brush it through. And as you can see, I didn't add an extension to the front right here because this will kind of hide it when I curl it backwards. And this is my natural hair. Alrighty, last part. This is my natural hair, just kind of covering up like any extensions peeping through. And we're almost done. Then right now I'll just run my fingers through my hair, just loosen up those curls. I'm gonna get back here. All right, so now that I'm done, I'm gonna go ahead and run my fingers through my hair, just loosening up those curls. Just like that, and you could always brush it through. Just like that. And that is it. Under an hour and a half. Fully getting ready. Not too bad, not too bad. Let me curl this little part right here. So this time it just gives me, like, I get to see what I did, and if I need to go back over any parts like I did right now, just go ahead and recurl them. But other than that, I think we are finished. All right, so that is the complete look. This is my almost everyday makeup look, hair and makeup done. I think it was super simple, or just like a repetitive thing that I like to do. But if you're not subscribed already, make sure to like, subscribe, comment, let me know what other products you'd like me to test out. My channel is just based on reviews, on day-to-day like live sometimes activities. Here on my lives, I do like to do lives getting ready, like my makeup and my hair. But my actual channel is just reviews like clothing, hair products, makeup, everyday products, Amazon, TikTok, anything like that. So if you're not subscribed, please make sure to subscribe. It really helps out the channel. And if you comment, your engagement really helps as well. So if you have any feedback for me, let me know. What do you think? I just recently started doing these live get ready with me's just to kind of interact, get to know you, get to chit chat with who is watching my channel, and I really appreciate it. So if you guys give me a thumbs up, let me know what other products you want me to test out before you put your hands on them, or before you buy them if you want me to test them out. Like here, like I mentioned, I come on live so you get to see it full play out, whether it works or doesn't. You're gonna get to see it firsthand. So other than that, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Happy Thursday.